Hi, this is John Meyer, host of CYA Cover Your Assets, interviewing John Schepcoff about how to pay off your mortgage early.
Yes.
John, how long have you been doing this?
A little over 30 years now.
30 years. Well, you've got a lot of stuff going in the financial world, don't you?
I do.
And you like helping people a lot, don't you?
It's my passion.
There you go. So, based on the average 30-year mortgage, your plan will help people pay that mortgage off in how much time?
Approximate 5 to 9 years.
5 to 9 years, they're going to own the house outright.
Free and clear, yes.
Do they have to add money to us?
Absolutely. That's the whole thing.
Is it a lot?
It really depends on the individual.
Okay.
The bottom line is you do want to get as aggressive as you can, and you put in, after all, it's your home. You get out of debt, and then you can start taking that money and you can put it toward your retirement, because that's really important nowadays, as you know, John, because if you don't put in for your retirement, there's nobody out there going to help you later in life.
That's right. So let me ask you this. If the person that you help does not really have any extra money right now, and let's say down the road that they did, but right now they don't, you're still going to be able to knock years off this loan. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And here's something that most people are not even aware of. Most people get some kind of a tax return. And if you think about it, let's just say that someone's getting an extra $5,000 or $10,000. You put that, and I show people how to do that, toward my program, and all of a sudden your house is going to get paid off even quicker. See, most people think, well, you just have to put extra money each month. Well, that's fine, but what if you don't have it? There are people who don't have it.
Right.
But I can almost guarantee you, better than 90% of the people I do talk to that actually work for someone, they're on some kind of W-2, they're not self-employed, they actually get some kind of a tax return. Here's a perfect opportunity for that home to get paid off a lot sooner.
You know, I like that idea of the income tax return and using that to, believe it or not, that's how I furnished my first house, was on income tax returns every year. That's what I did.
Yeah.
So that's a very good way of doing things. So now, let's talk about costs. In order for people to do this, I mean, there's so much stuff out there. There's loan modifications, there's foreclosures out there, there's all this other stuff. What you want to do is you want to help people that are current in their mortgage right now, don't seem to have a problem paying off their mortgage, just going to give them the ability to get rid of it quicker so they own their house outright, correct?
Yeah, because if they can get their home outright, then they can actually concentrate on their own retirement, putting that in place, and really doing something for themselves. I have people all the time ask me, well, John, if I pay off my mortgage, I'm going to be in trouble because I have to have a write-off. And I go, no, that's not true. If you will pay yourself first, or in other words, pay your retirement, you're actually doing yourself a favor. Plus, you're not giving the money to the IRS at the time. You're actually paying yourself instead.
Right. And people don't seem to understand that, or don't want to understand it for whatever reason. They don't understand the power of compounding, which Albert Einstein said was the eighth wonder of the world, was compounding interest, which obviously that would work in their favor. Okay, what's the website again?
It's mentoringpeople.com. But before we close, I would like to bring something out.
Please.
And that is that when you're on the program, what makes my program so unique and what's different out there is there are people out there, because people say, well, I can pay extra money toward the principal on the very bottom of my coupon. And if I give them $100, it shows $100. And you know what? That's absolutely correct. The problem is what you don't see is the front loading that goes on with that extra principal. You're not going to see the front loading. And if you don't absolutely feel comfortable with what I'm talking about, test it for yourself. If you've been making these extra principal payment, ask for a payoff demand, see what it looks like, and just see what it shows you. And you're going to literally fall out of your chair, because what's going to happen is that $100 isn't going to be $100. It's going to be more like $30.
Going towards the principal.
Going toward the principal.
And where's the other 70 going?
It's going to the bank's hip pocket.
Oh, man.
And that's where that money is. That's what makes me so different out there, is because my program says, Mr. Banker, in so many words, you can have this money, but these are the conditions. You cannot be front loading this money the way you've been doing it. And the other thing is, but now I want you to pay me for the use of my money. See, right now, it doesn't happen that way. It's not that set up the way where the bank is. The reason why we can do what we're doing is because we're just doing the reversal back. Well, if the bank can do it to us, why can't we do it to them? Now, I've been doing this for 30 years. I've never had one bank ever said, no, we won't accept this program. Not one single bank. They all agree, even hard money lenders, when I've done in the past, they're not around anymore, but like the Money Store and Beneficial and Household Finance, they all accepted my program fully, 100%. And when a person gives $100, what would happen is that they get almost 90%. It's going to be plus or minus, but it's going to be somewhere in there. Mind you, even with my program, you're not going to get 100% going toward the principal, because there's still going to be some front loading, but it's 3 times more money versus the way the bank's doing it versus the way I'm going to show you how to do it.
So safe to say 75 to 90% of that money is going to go towards the bank itself, towards the principal itself, as opposed to front load and commission in their pockets.
Yeah, and which is all interest, and you don't benefit whatsoever out of it.
Well, that's the bottom line. The
Yeah.
consumer does not benefit, the banks do, and that's what we're trying to fix.
Exactly.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes.
One more time on the website.
Mentoringpeople.com.
Awesome. John, thanks for your time.